Whoops, turned off the wrong thing. Here we go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. We are here for some more Clash of Comrades here, double deck tournaments. And right now it's going to be Blodir versus Pigston right now. Let's see if we get their colors right. Yellow and blue. Just like that. Here we go into the lobby. We go right now. Valently joining me on the mic.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing, friend?
We've been seeing some great games so far, and hopefully they continue to be so.
Blodir looking to redeem himself after that massive lizard game that he had to fight. It's not something that anyone wants to face. So
yeah, he's avoiding that deck right now. But
all right, here we go. Pigston to the north side, Blodir to the south. Pigston to be his first tournament appearance today, but I'd say he plays pretty darn well. We did an impromptu tournament yesterday for all the new players, and Pigston entered and he won first place. It was an amazing game for him, and I think he has what it takes to be a really strong contender in tournaments upcoming ahead. And he really loves Owl.
I mean, Owl. I love Owl when it's weak, but this is a strong Owl meta.
Not a fan of the Owl, are you?
No, I like the Owl. I just feel it's very good right now.
Alright. Well, and in the case, both sides going to go for some pretty conservative farm plays here, so we can use this time to take a quick look around the map here. A pretty interesting map. I'm not sure if I really like Pigston's position, mostly because he's up against the high ground that Blodir can take advantage of. While Blodir has some pretty nice access to a lot of different mills. Right now, we see them just building up their units right there. Pigston and Blodir both going for the lizards right now. Pigston, he has that triple tier 1 build with the pigeon, lizard, and squirrel. He's going to be complementing that with falcon and then owl. So a very front-liney kind of deck with a falcon for support.
The worry I have is that if there's a way of dealing with owl, you need to burst through it, and Wolf provides that.
And this, again, I mean, we say this a lot of times, but I mean, this could be the map where we see that Wolf come into play. There's plenty of places for Blodir to expand to get that farm he needs. Although, when we did
we have the wrong overlay.
What?
We have the wrong overlay.
No.
Sorry, folks.
Oh, for that? Okay, yeah, let me just switch that really quickly. I have the names wrong, apparently, on the screen. Let me just... Very quickly. So this is a thing that Tooth and Tail does, is that they order the people in a certain direction. What the hell happened to that?
So we're saying Blodir just mass lizard while Pigston has spread it out. But he is placing mines across the map.
Alright, so a ton of mines on the field there. Any thoughts about their position?
Well, they're on the northern mines. Look like they'll be trying to scout if Pigston is going to attack from that eastern side, and they're also on the road, so they're high likelihood they'll actually hit a target when you need them to. And the other mines just that high ground, slight base defense, which is. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna place a mine, those are good places.
Alright, so it looks like both sides are gonna take this one very slowly here. Neither side going for an aggressive attack quite yet. Just building up their army counts. I think Blodir is taking a bit of a page out of Chip's book, getting the lizard toad out as quickly as possible, and then he's gonna complement that with a bit of falcon. So going with the usual thing he did last game, which unfortunately didn't work against Chip, but maybe it will work against Pigston. Who knows? Because Pigston, to my knowledge, doesn't really have that great of a way to get rid of toads quite yet.
Against Pigston instead, this might be one of the times to do the mass toad shenanigans.
I mean, yeah.
But I just want to see that again is all. Totally biased opinion.
We'll have the VOD of Chip's games up very soon, so you can watch just watched a line of toads conga lining their way into the enemy base and just exploding on everything. You know, that's what we live for. All the fancy fireworks and things like that. We don't care about great plays. We just care about flashy stuff.
So right now I slightly prefer what Blodir has in terms of army comp, but Pigston is adding falcons as well. Right. Which means that soon, if his pattern holds, he'll be adding the owl.
I mean, he's given plenty of time to get his farm up, so that owl might be online very soon. And Blodir just scanning things out, trying to see if there's any information he can get from the units that Pigston has. Has to be a little bit careful though. There's a lot of units in the front line that could kill him off and end his scouting days. So I just want to say, oh, he is going to go for the back line. He's bringing his lizard around to the water side, but the mines are there. They're actually going to hit. The mines do hit! He does have some enough lizards to... He has to run away from this now. This was an unfortunate mistake from Blodir. He did not know the mines were the back there. And he's going to have to run away.
So, funnily enough, he could have ran between the trees where there are no mines.
He didn't know that. And now, Pigston, he's going to use his chance to push on him, but the toads are there to help defend. And the squirrels are going to get chunked down. The lizards are already gone as well. Pigston going to be forced to back up, but the mines are there to cover his retreat. But the falcons do not care.
The falcons are too powerful.
Let's be very careful, though. The falcons are too vulnerable up on the front line. So, looks like Blodir is going to be retreating for the time being. In the meantime, going to be a little bit careful. He is starting to get supply blocked just a slight bit. In the meantime, Pigston's starting to build up his own army once again. He does have fewer farms than Blodir at the moment. He is just going to rebuild the mines on that road just in case.
They worked before, and
no.
But he's down in Econ right now with Blodir expanded again, and he started the wolf.
Oh, the wolf.
So I'd be if I were, yeah. So
right.
Things are starting to look a little bit grim for Pigston if he doesn't find a way to get the owl out or get more falcons or
he needs
harass
to
a
get
bit.
his army numbers up very soon if he wants to survive the burst that Blodir is going to be having in his deck, but just be very careful with this. Again, a lot of mines to help cover his tracks, but they are very close to his own base.
Well, honestly, adding more mines wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Like that, that might just be a good defense.
He's slowly circling his way in with the falcons right now, just trying to tease a little bit, see if he can trick Pigston. Oh my gosh, that almost cut off Pigston. That would have been terrible for Pigston if he died there. That would have left that would have left that mill open to attack and would have ended the game for Pigston.
Pigston's just giving Blodir too much space right now.
He's just nervous about attacking into it. He doesn't have an answer to the toads quite yet. Oh, the wolf is supply blocked.
Like that. This is the case where you almost need to run your units in and force them to spend their food on the lower tier units rather than the wolf.
It did, but he does not. He didn't know there was supply blocked though. But man, that would have been a great opportunity if he did go in for it. And right now, he has a ferrets online, so he is going to be poking away. He does take out one farm, and now Pigston now going to be going in a little bit. The toads are streaming away, and Pigston does retreat his units far back enough for most of them to survive. But there's still toads in play for Blodir to have.
You just can't deal with these falcons right now in the ferret. They're providing enough cover for the ferrets to just...
Oh, the toad explosions go off, and the falcons, they're actually exposed right now! The squirrels are trying to make their way in to get rid of the falcons one by one. The falcons doing their best, trying to get the damage done. The lizards are also coming back. And Blodir loses more than half his falcons in that engagement. Unfortunately,
he has a wolf out now. This is
scary. He's going to go for the attack again. The wolf is out there, and they're going to make this ferrets very dangerous indeed. Although they're actually not the ones being buffed, which is actually okay. They're not that scary yet. Now they're scary.
You want the falcons and I think lizards to be buffed.
Oh, the toads are just forcing Pigston to go away from here. There's nothing that he can do much about this right now. He can't get his own tier 3 up. He has to wait for his own unit to come back, but he's unfortunately supply blocked. So his units are not coming out fast enough. He's only on 6 farm. Blodir has a plenty 10. That's gonna be game. Pigston throws in the towel and calls it, giving the first win of the match to Blodir. And there you go. Some nice play there by Blodir. Good timings on his part. Now, Pigston looking to make a comeback here in game number 2. Blodir again going to have to be forced to use his second deck, so he won't have that wolf burst out for the next 2 games. So the deck that he will be using is the artillery deck, which we've talked about. Not the best of decks, depending on the map. Like, it's a very map-dependent kind of deck.
Well, it just kind of forces you into a playstyle as a deck, which is not necessarily what you want to be doing. You want to have some flexibility, and players are spawning very close in this map.
At the very least, neither side will have to deal with toads, so no AoE coverage at all whatsoever. Except Blodir does. Both sides do have mines, and Blodir does have the artillery, but no, that's gonna be it's gonna be a while before we see any artillery plays come into light. And mines are always ever present, anyways, and not as dangerous as toads. Right now, both sides gonna go for their farm play. Blodir in the middle of the map here with some mills surrounding his area, and Pigston placed on the high ground there. I just like how we have so many maps where there's a road between the 2 bases. Look at that road.
I think that's slightly prioritized in the map gen, just because rather than having a road that goes nowhere, they want roads to at least have some utility and some use behind them.
It's just amazing how straight this road is, you know. I mean, we the other maps we saw the like double road map. That was also quite hilarious to see.
You know, I like that map. That was a good one.
That was a fun map to watch. And right now, Pigston just building up his army, waiting for the food to come out. Although, unfortunately, his lizard building has delayed it just slightly. So waited for that one a little bit too long. And right now, both sides just trying to gear up their numbers. I mean, what's the play here? Both sides didn't go straight lizard first. Are we going to see any sort of aggressive attacks in the early game here, or are they just going to both try to farm up?
Well, you can definitely attack Blodir from any side you want. Just about. The river does slow you down a little bit, but he's definitely much more susceptible to a lizard poke than Pigston is. But by the same token, he's much more open for expanding in warrens, etc. But you kind of have to be using the fact that he's exposed to stop him from just out-econing you.
Well, both sides, no aggressive plays quite yet, so looks like they're going to let each other get their army value up. But also now putting down their other warrens. Pigston going with the ward of pigeons and squirrels, Blodir going double squirrels. Now, here's an interesting question. Do you think having both pigeons and falcons are a little bit redundant, or are they a good mix to have with each other?
I think they're a great mix to have with each other. Just if you only want units for high ground vision, then it's definitely overdoing it. But falcons provide a lot more than just high ground vision. You can do a lot of sneaky stuff with the poking. Like in the north, there's that base that's kind of on a cliff. With falcons alone, you can just poke and then run out, like take a farm or two. But you can't do that with just pigeons. You need pigeons plus something else. And pigeons themselves are not very tanky, so you could easily lose the pigeons and engagement. Whereas it's much harder to do so if you're doing a falcon poke. And falcons certainly benefit from having a unit heal them up, just like every unit does.
Alright, well, right now both sides just getting up their army numbers right now. Pigston will have that falcon in play. He has the warren up and ready. Both sides pretty even on the value chart right now.
Pigston's going for his standard tech up and play, whereas Blodir is just massing squirrels.
Which do you think is the right call?
Oh, he's also getting ferrets, so he's kind of just using his deck the way it has to be used. But
as a poking machine, or?
Well, squirrels are better at attacking up high ground than lizards, just because of the way their range works. So I think it's the right call for him to be massing squirrels right now.
Ooh, that owl is up. It is on the field soon. Currently building in a bit of a corner there, so Blodir probably won't be able to scout it out in time. In the meantime, Blodir...
He has no expand, and we're approaching the 5-minute mark. That's
Pigston has to be a little bit
scary
careful behind his farm. He is going to be grabbing, hopefully, grab one here. Blodir, though, unfortunately, slightly supply blocked. Looks like he built too many units too fast. Also, building the farm there is slowing it down a little bit, but he's looking to just keep on growing. Although we are at that 5-minute mark. Here it is. 4 farms are going to disappear just like that. Now Pigston's suddenly only on 4 farms. He needs. Luckily, the owl was built before that timing happened, but so it looks like he wants to try to go all in. But Blodir, he's attacking with his ferret, so it's making it a little bit harder for Pigston to find a good angle to attack. The pigeon's just giving that ferret so much vision right now. It's even attacking into the warrens already.
He's got the owl out. I think he has to attack now.
Here we go. Pigston trying to make his way through right now with his lizard army up in the front lines here, trying to take out as many as he can. The mice are also in the front lines trying to do much damage. The owl bomb also goes off. The owl is on the field, but now the mice are surrounding the ferrets. The ferrets are gone from the field now, and Blodir is forced to retreat.
Oh, he needs to press this advantage. He can't just let the owl try to. There's no way. They just sold the owl warren. Like, he's behind an econ. He can't just win a fight then back off. He has to make something out of it. It looks like he was looking to expand out of that win, but
he has too many.
Doesn't and goes in for another attack.
Yeah, he's going to go for right now. Wait for Blodir to still recover right there. Blodir has no lizards. All he has are squirrels at the moment. They are enough to defend.
He still has the falcons. Still hasn't expanded yet. He's running out of time.
Alright, he's going to finally grab this expansion on the bottom, but might be too little too late. But at the same time, Blodir himself is only on 3 farms. So, both sides looking for an interesting starvation game here as Blodir trying to find a place to get farmed, but he doesn't have enough food to get anything else. In the meantime, Pigston actually has enough in his supply to build something else, so he is going to get some farm down for the time being. And Blodir, he feels like he has to keep his numbers up. But it might actually cause him to starve.
He's gonna start selling stuff.
Yeah, he's gonna start selling things off now. So
if Pigston notices this, he should be attacking. But
unfortunately, Pigston's in the same situation, so he's off building up his own farms. And both sides just have to be a little bit careful with each other. Blodir scouting things out right now. Does see that expansion on the bottom right now. In the meantime, Pigston moves his army there to defend it just in case Blodir tries to go for an attack. Blodir still supply blocked. So
both feeling unsure of their footing and content to just try to econ back up after both missing the 5-minute mark.
I mean, hilariously enough, they're pretty much equal in number. Blodir only has 1 warren advantage over Pigston, which is quite hilarious. It looks like he does sell the pigeons, but even then, it's in terms of firepower, it's pretty equal, and lizards can do a lot against squirrels.
Yeah, I mean, squirrels are just smartly being kept behind the warrens and next to the mill, so attacking into them is going to be risky.
It's like, does he need to even attack into them? Because Blodir is like suffering some economic issues here. He's trying to build farms as quickly as possible.
He had one of the farms on his expand go fallow.
Oh god!
Like, just to give you an idea of how long he's had it.
That is the
mark.
worst. You know, the worst feeling is like knowing that is the idea that you farm too fast and now you're fallow and it's like, crud. I can't go for an expansion. I don't have enough food for that, and it's not safe enough to grab the expansion either. In the meantime, Pigston has a fresh 3 farms. It's not a lot of farms, but it'll keep him going for like the next 5 or so minutes.
Yeah.
I did not expect to see a scarce economy game happen here, by the way. This was not the match where I thought it should happen, where it would have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I think scarce economy games are really interesting because it's all about how each player expends their resources and uses them wisely. It's really reminiscent of that.
Like, if he'd been willing to keep out the owl and like try to sell other units to pay for it, that might have been like just like that. Like, that would have given them a huge advantage if he had found some way to keep the owl around.
I mean, like, these scarce games are just so fun to watch. Like, what if he did this? What if he did that? And, you know, you remember the Lev versus LSR game in the September Showdown? That Game 3, that really extended game where both sides went to like 0 farm at the very end. Just because of
those can be a lot of fun, but right now it looks like they're both content to say, I don't like this style of game. I'm just going to wait till we're back to regular Tooth and Tail, which I know and love.
I mean, there are plenty of expansions for them to take, so it looks like you're going to do that. Blodir going to be grabbing that expansion up north. So he is looking to just econ up again. Pigston now, in that case, is starting to fall behind because he only has 5 farms compared to Blodir's 7. Although, again, Pigston still has some fresh farms to continue building up.
You should really be selling the mines and like just using that to get a farm.
It's amazing how equal their army value is right now. It's that Pigston has been able to catch up in army value despite being behind in economy for a while, and Blodir has been so consistent. He got supply blocked again because he was building those extra farms. He just.
I mean, if he doesn't want to attack in the next 30 minutes or 30 seconds, it's fine. But
it's just, these unexpected economic consequences that can just turn around and bite you when you least expect it, and both sides feeling the fear of that, which is why we're seeing them not attacking each other. I mean, Blodir even just sells off a farm to build some more warrens. That's how unsafe he feels right now about the situation. At
this point, I think he should be saving for an artillery unit. He's far enough ahead where he can get it out, and doing so would stop Pigston from getting another expand at all.
Pigston just trying to
which puts him firmly ahead.
Pigston's been focusing so much on getting that 8th farm that I wonder if he should have been more proactive with his lizards. Just at least try to snipe out a warren or two. Force Blodir.
Yeah, the difference between 4 and 3 farms is a much better one than the difference between what we have now, which is an expanded. Although it's closer than I thought.
To be honest, Pigston still has some plenty safe expands. Like there's a high ground next to on the bottom of the map that he can probably take. I mean, it's pretty safe enough.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He should be getting the artillery out because
just to avoid that from happening.
If he gets an artillery in a key spot, he can stop that from being a safe expand.
Well, he's not thinking about that at the moment, and Pigston has enough food to bring back the owl.
We are out of the low econ game.
We've somehow gone from high econ to low econ and back into high econ in one single game.
Famine has passed. I'm not sure I agree with placing the Owl Warren right back to where it was before instead of, further. Place it near your new expand because that's much more valuable, so you're going to have the bulk of your defenses around the new expand.
I mean, Pigston is bringing his units around the map a lot, so I don't think he's too concerned about where the reinforcements are coming from, but yeah, if it ever comes to like a fight like that, it could be dangerous.
Well, it's not so much in case of the reinforcement time. I'm thinking more about you trying to defend the Owl Warren. If you have to.
Well, both sides, it looks like they're just building up their army value right now, and the Owl will be coming online very soon. And Blodir has his ferrets back up again. I feel like the last 7 minutes just never happened at all. We're back to where we were at the 5-minute mark.
If farms didn't expire, nothing would have happened.
We're literally just at the same point. Here we go. Pigston gonna fold his lizards into Blodir's units right now. The Owl in the thick of it with his mines. He does explode once again. Is this enough though? Does Blodir have enough units to defend? The squirrels in the background doing some damage here, but they're also being taken out. At the same time, it's not enough from Pigston this time. The mice aren't doing enough damage here. There are too many squirrels to attack this time. And they don't even take out the ferrets this time here either. And now Pigston back in trouble again.
He sold the Owl again.
He sold it, trying to get that influx of food to reinforce his army. But this is now the opening for Blodir to attack. He has the farm. He has the unit advantage here. And now he's just poking away with the ferrets. Just bringing them ever closer here.
Alternatively, he could just wait it out.
Oh, the ferrets! One of the ferrets died in the middle of the battle. Pigston tries to rush it, but now Blodir is surrounding him with the squirrels and the lizards right now. Pigston's losing too many units. The mines do explode, but he has no more units to defend right now. He only has 1 squirrel and 1 lizard, and they're all back at the base right now. They're not here defending this mill. Pigston has nothing on the field anymore, and Blodir is just open to storm his way in. That's game. Blodir takes the series 2-0 and will be moving on to the next round. my scoreboard keeps moving, which is kind of annoying. But there we go. That was a very interesting economy game.
Neither player prepares for it equally, then you're both in the same spot, and you don't feel safe attacking, so it's... Oh, we'll just restart. Let's play a new game.
Yep, alright, we are going to have our next match up very soon, though. It is going to be Shinyu